Get out that grind, Julio. Get out that grind. Get out that grind, Julio. Get out that grind. Get out that grind, Julio. Get out that grind. Get out that grind.
When you make that cake, that was crazy.
Get out that grind, Julio. Act a Fulio.
All right.
I called your motherfucking
And we're back.
Action. But yes, welcome back to another episode of Black Bougie Bout It, where you get real, raw, and rich conversation. I am Abni Ayana.
And I am Jessica Monique. Thank you so much for coming back, guys.
Yes.
How's it going?
It's going. What's that meme with Will Ferrell? He's sitting in the chair with the wine and he's just crying hysterically and drinking the wine. That's me. Like I'm drinking the wine, but I'm also crying hysterically.
Yeah, no, like I'm not okay. But Jesus is still on the throne. And so as long as he hold that down, I can hold this down.
Mm-hmm.
So
yes, he gonna provide. He will always provide. He will make a way out of no way. But sometimes excuse me, y'all, my nose felt a little itchy. Sometimes the way is a little narrow. It's a little tight.
I feel like sometimes the way is a little too bumpy
and narrow. Because right now I'm trying to squeeze through that thing. I'm in there and it's tight.
You know what I'm saying? I'm perplexed. That's really what the plan is. You know what I'm saying? At this point, I'm just trying to trust him, but I'm not feeling reassured. So yeah, I know they say faith is the evidence of the unseen, but can I see it?
Can I feel it?
Just send me a receipt down. If you just so happen, if you hear this, Lord, I know you hear it all. Drop me a receipt. And so I can see what the charge, if I can see the list of charges and I can see what the end result gonna be, an itemized, list of things. That's all. I just want you to send me an invoice so I can know where we're going with this thing.
I just want a positive, smooth week. I feel as if maybe this week will be that. But we're gonna see because we recording this on Tuesday.
Right. I have two things that's supposed to be happening this week. One, my birthday is Friday. So
when this episode come out,
right. So happy birthday to me early. And I'm supposed to be getting a dog.
Okay.
I'm so excited.
Okay. You okay? I'm surprised, but I'm not okay. Are you ready?
Yes, it's gonna be a little baby dog. So it ain't nothing, humongous. That's gonna be when I'm in my forever home. I want a dog. I want a big dog. Okay. But it's a Havanese mixed with a Maltese. So she's supposed to be like really little. And it's black and white and cute. And so the whole situation worked out really well. So I'm excited about it. I never really had a dog before, like my own dog.
Well, so I hope your experience goes 10 times better.
I literally thought about you today.
And that's not even me being like Debbie Downer. That's like, no, I really hope that you have a good experience because I've been kind of thinking that I want a pet, but every time I'm around somebody else's pet, I'm like,
yeah. But those dogs, what kind of dog did you have?
I don't know. I think it was a mixture of some things anyway. Okay. So it
was a small, no, or what was it?
No, because it's big now. Or medium large. So I don't know. It was definitely a mixture. I don't know what it was, but it was definitely gonna be too much for me.
Okay. Yeah, this dog is gonna stay a little baby. She's gonna stay a little cute thing.
Okay.
A little cute thing.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. Oh, it's gonna be a girl. Are you gonna get you're gonna have to get a little Pampers?
I know.
Okay.
I know. But her name's gonna be Coco. So we're just very excited. Honestly, I feel like this is a cute little emotional support dog. It'll make me get my ass up in the morning and take her on a little walk.
Make you get out the house, do stuff, have a routine.
Yes. So
well, I'm happy.
I'm excited about it. I haven't told nobody. I told my sister and I told my boyfriend. So now I'm telling you, I have not told my mom. And what also she don't know is the dog is trained, but I think she's trained on grass and on the puppy pads. But she may have to spend the night over at my mama's house on Friday because I'm going to Atlanta for a day trip. For my birthday.
Just how you gonna get the dog, then immediately drop it off at your mammy house?
It ain't nothing. It's for a day.
This is the problem with you young mothers. You get these babies, and then you want to drop them off at their grandmammy house. This is the problem.
I said technically, Lauren don't work on Friday, so the dog will be there with Lauren. You know what I'm saying?
Your mama house. Lauren ain't got no house.
I feel like I'm being attacked.
I'm gonna mind my business. I'm going to mind my business.
No, but my mom, honestly, because it's a little cute little thing, my mama might not trip. Now, if it was like a big ass fucking horse, then my mama would probably be like, hell no. But because it is a cute little baby dog, she'll probably be fine. So, if I don't take her over there, then I'll probably just leave it over my dad's house. I don't think he'll care.
Okay, well, we'll see. I can't wait to see the pictures and all of that. I'm really happy for you.
I'm very excited.
I don't dog sit. I tell you, like I told my boo, I don't dog sit. Not no overnight stays. Now, a couple hours maybe, but not no overnight stays. I don't do that.
Oh, the baby, she'll be fine. I think I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm definitely gonna talk to my therapist about it tomorrow.
Right, because I need to go back. Man, I had an appointment scheduled, but see, I had my debit card locked. And then when they tried to charge it, it didn't go through. And then they canceled my appointment. I was like, damn, y'all could at least gave me like another day. And then I could have paid for it. And my car was locked and I was asleep. And y'all charged it in the middle of the wee hours of the night.
They said, no, man.
You know, Pat.
Okay. You ain't got no set top box. I don't know who that is. It got to be Thomas. Anyway, somebody watching my Netflix. But
Netflix getting too smart for its own good now.
Oh, he was logged in. No, he must be.
See, that's what I'm saying. You get all these notifications for stuff now. You be like, wait a minute, I thought. Now, who could that be?
It say Birmingham, so that's why I'm like, it's got to be him because ain't nobody else.
It might be because now they got that multiple household thing. So if y'all not paying for the multiple households, it'll kick you out when somebody else log in. So he might be logging in. Yeah. Me and my mama found that out a multiple of times when I first moved up here because I kept logging in and it was kicking her out. And I had to keep logging in. And then she finally just was like, I'm going to upgrade. And I was like, thank you.
That's kind of why I went on and just got my own because truth be told, I'm sorry, mama. I was logged in at Tommy's house on mine. And then I had to give it to my cousin. And then I might have gave it to one of my friends, and then my dad might have had it. And but it wasn't on purpose. It was because when we used to spend the night over my dad's house, me and Lauren needed something to watch on TV, and so he still had it over there. And so when they started enforcing the households and everything, a lot of them folks got kicked out. They been gone. But now that I've moved to my apartment, they be like, "Are you traveling?" Ooh, see now you in my business.
Now you're minding something that isn't yours.
Now you in my business. You know what I mean?
No, I feel you on that.
So I
feel you on that.
I'm becoming a real adult.
Now
I don't like it, by the way.
I pay for Peacock and I don't like that, but I don't know. I like being able to watch the housewives uncensored on there on the reunions. They be saying the cuss words.
Yeah.
It's something about, hearing them be like, no, fuck you. And it's not bleeped out. I like that.
I can appreciate that. Yeah.
And I like rewatching some of the old housewife shows and all of that. So yeah, I pay for Peacock. I had HBO Max, my mama did. We don't have that no more, so now I'm on Destiny's. So I don't pay for that. What else do I pay for? I think
I do have
Peacock is the
HBO
only
Max,
one
but
I pay
that's
for.
through the cable at home. So
I might end up having to get Showtime because The Chi is about to come back on in May, and I like that show. And I know we don't have Showtime anymore, so I'm probably gonna end up having to get that. But
yeah.
I went to a wedding this past weekend.
Oh yes, how was that?
Wedding. It was good. I was definitely a tad bit overdressed.
Oh no.
I was going for, I thought, when I hear wedding, I'm always like
Formal.
Springtime, this was more, nothing wrong with it because I had a good old time
in the springtime.
Just more, with my cousins and them, and that's cool. I like that. I like being able to get me a pulled pork sandwich and some baked beans and some green beans at the wedding. I do. And I enjoy that it was an open bar, so I could get me 3 shots worth of Jose Cuervo in my drink. No problems. I
had this at the Shaw House, didn't it?
I'm not going to say nothing because I don't know who watches my show. But this was really a good time. I had an amazing experience. I really enjoyed. They had some sparklers. It was real cute. Real cute. It was real cute festivities. So congrats to them.
That was me doing the sparkler.
Congrats to them. Me and my little booski also had probably our worst fight ever last week for the first time. But
cool. From what you told me, it was coming, huh?
Right. And we are recovering though. We're good. We still went to the wedding together, all of that. But yeah, we had, had to have a nice little, come to Jesus
straightening. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Her on her end, my end, both ends, so that we could see each other. I think each other is now seen. And yeah, we're good. We're great. I'm giving you a hookah. I'm about to vibe this place out because you know what? I'm not gonna let anybody stress me out. But me and her, we good. But yes.
Okay.
Why are you looking up your glasses like that?
That was me seeing each other.
No, we do for real. We see each other because I let her know. I was like, if I have to get about myself like this again.
To the left, to the left.
Why did you sing Beyonce in the tone of Rihanna? That got me. That's what got me. It was the Beyonce in the tone, in the voice of Rihanna. That's what got me. I thought you could at least be like "man down" or something. If you was gonna go Rihanna.
To the left.
That's really what it's gonna be like in here. Man down. Well, what she said, Mama, I just shut the man down.
In Central Station. In front of a big crowd. Yeah.
Rihanna
mama. Yeah, she did it.
I miss Rihanna in the stew. First of all, that whole album.
She said it's a 22. I call her Peggy Sue, and she fits right down in my shoes. What you expect me to do if they're playing me for a fool? I will lose my cool and reach for my fire.
Rihanna.
The bars.
We could actually do a whole segment.
The bars.
How most of Rihanna albums are no skips.
Oh, argue with your mama. Argue with your mama.
Messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. Anti, no skips. No skips.
This is a fact.
Rated R. I don't know how true fans y'all are, but Rated R is a masterpiece. I listened to it one time on the way back to Alabama from front to back, just no skips. And I was like, Rihanna really put her left coochie lip in this album.
The left
because it
one.
was like R&B, rock, you know, a little rap, a little, you know, she just had a lot of, she had a lot of vibes on
Good
there.
Girl Gone Bad is a good album. That was a good album. When she said, I don't know who you think I am. I don't know who you think I am.
I don't know who you think I know who you think I am.
Bars.
I don't know who you think I am.
Bars. That was a good album.
Rihanna, come on, man. I know you want to keep having goddamn kids and doing makeup and shit, but I just feel as if we the people are old. Just one more project.
Something. You ain't got to dance. You could be in your mama era and just.
She ain't even got to go on a tour.
You just dirty wine sometimes. You know, give me a little. Give me a war show performance or something. I settle for that. If you just do your little tour and you do like Jimmy Fallon,
got enough money to perform at your wedding. I did see that clip on TikTok. If you got enough coin, she will perform at your wedding, just like Beyonce. If you got enough,
I think that's the same family that had them.
We ain't. I'd have to marry into that family to ever have that money. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know. I mean, God, I ain't trying to block the blessings that you sending upon me, but all I'm saying is, I don't think I'm gonna ever have that type of money. But I ain't gonna block it though.
I'm open and I'm open and I want to receive it all.
Look, I ain't gonna block it.
If it's in your will, I'll take it. But yes. Okay, let's get to the topics. We talked.
Yes, you're right. But speaking of taking, because we was talking about this before we pressed record, and I want to talk about this because this has been on my spirit. This has been on my spirit since I've been watching it, and I just wanted to talk about it because people been talking about it, and I just want to talk about it. The Gerard Carmichael reality show. First of all, who asked for this? I don't know. I feel like
go ahead.
I was just saying, I feel like HBO canceled all the good shows and is now bringing me pure, ultimate buffoonery bullshit. Bring back rap shit. Bring back Black Lady. Bring back Black Lady sketch show. Like bring back the shows of quality. Cause no disrespect to you, Mr. Carmichael, cause I like the Carmichael show. I thought that was a nice piece of work. But this shit right here that you got going on need to be handled in the therapy office with no cameras allowed. Because this is a whole lot of that you trying to dump on us.
First of all, I don't want to see it.
And it ain't even because why y'all probably thinking, because I am gay. But it's a level of uncomfortability for me that I'm uncomfortable with, like the toe sucking shit.
And you know how I feel about the people that's the color of your shirt. So I just
the Wahid people.
For you to have that foot specifically, I felt like Umar Johnson when I was watching that episode. Wait a damn minute. And then it's edited so awkward because he literally just like goes right into that. And then why is you meeting people off Grindr and then the first night they foot in your mouth?
That has me scared for multiple reasons.
Like,
I just also to me, and no offense, because I don't know what the angle of this show is supposed to be, but Gerard Carmichael ain't shit. And I'm just saying, speaking on as his friend, because the fact that he missed his whole homeboy wedding, because it just came to me while I was sitting here, the fact that he missed his whole homeboy wedding, just bullshitting around. Just like this man got a whole assistant, didn't have the right color shirt for the wedding, then had to go to the mall. When he went to the mall, then had to go get something to eat. This man literally missed the wedding.
If this ain't a nigga, like this is the black.
And then got mad and didn't understand why his homeboy didn't want to fuck with him no more. What the fuck?
Okay, that's crazy. Let's talk about this how they create a situation, because I feel like I'm trying to understand, like, am I the mean one? I'm definitely Tyler the Creator in this situation, or I would be, because he just
ordering room service.
Definitely that. Yeah, absolutely.
Have a deep conversation.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm in love with you. Can you get me? Is that
I'm trying to see. Do y'all have turkey burger? Okay, let me do that. But cook it hard. And then let me do cook it hard. Y'all, I got my meat cooked hard. And then let me fries extra crispy.
Meanwhile, the person saying that you like,
I don't really want no ketchup. Just bring me out some ranch. If you got Tabasco, bring me that too. Okay. Then what was you talking about?
I was telling you how I was in love with you. I had feelings for you, and you know, we hadn't spoken since. And I feel like there is, you know, some type of awkwardness between us.
You tripping.
You know what really got me was the fact that when they was talking there, then Tyler the Creator sat there and farted.
He got up and he was like, "Yeah, I got to fart," and then he went in there with the people, the crew, and farted in there with them. And then what had me weak was he was talking to the crew. Hey, what y'all doing?
This man wanted to do anything and everything but had that conversation with him.
No, honestly, I feel like, okay, here's the thing. I don't know what Gerard Carmichael expected from him, especially if you've been friends with somebody for a long time. Like, okay, you and I, we've been friends a long time. Mm-hmm. I know you, you know me. If I was to tell you something like that, by now, I already know how you would react. Bitch, what the fuck? Like, I would be weak, okay?
I'd be taken aback, flabbergasted, and dumbfounded.
Perplexed.
No, I'd probably be like, who got your phone? I'm be like, are you?
Have you been
here to call Thomas? No, for real. I'm be like, did somebody get you?
I think you texted the wrong person.
I'm really gonna think somebody kidnapped you.
Like,
not Jessica.
In no way, shape, or form would I be like,
did you mean to send this to me?
I wouldn't believe it. So it's like, for him to be like, yeah, I just feel like I thought we could have had a face-to-face conversation about it.
He should have never said anything.
With a straight black man? Have you ever met a straight black man before? And it's not to say that, like, straight black men homophobic or anything like that. But you ain't finna tell no straight niggas, yeah, I have a crush on you. I think I'm in love with you. And then want him to have a face-to-face conversation with you about it.
Or for y'all friendship to even be the same.
Yes. Like, then he had the nerve to invite him to the Emmys. That nigga ain't trying to go nowhere with you in public.
Yeah.
Child, he's a little delusional. I know we be saying Delulu and all that.
He's for real.
No, he's crazy.
No, that's why I said he a fucked up person. Because when I think about that friend wedding, and then when I think about how his friend came up there to pursue her acting career, and then moved him, and how as a gift, as he thought was a gift, he went and got the person who if they could afford to live on their own, would have been living on their own, an apartment, and only paid the rent for 1 month. And I know people are watching this and probably like, well, at least he paid the rent for a month. He went and got no. To me, that's fucked up because you're putting a person in a situation that they don't need to be in. Because now she gonna have bills that she didn't have before that she may or may not can afford.
And that's the whole reason why she was staying with your crazy ass. You just trying to fuck everybody you be on the damn apps every damn day, so you don't want her to be there. And you could have just told her that before you let her move in.
And granted, she need to clean up after herself. The fact that all them cups of coffee and everything was laying around.
That's crazy. That's absolutely absurd. You grown as fuck.
But, you know, have a conversation. Don't go and get her an apartment and only pay the rent for 1 month. And then after that, what she gonna do? She ain't got no job.
Child, he's bizarre. I'm sorry. He's bizarre. And the little joke he made about like him feeling like he was a slave or whatever. Mm-hmm. Let's be clear. That shit wasn't even funny. I don't care. It's funny to me. And only you.
Yeah, it's distasteful. Did you see him on the Breakfast Club trying to like tell Charlamagne how he didn't like how they tried to spin it as he's in the race play, and how his boyfriend is like a slave master and he's like a slave, and he was like, I don't appreciate that because we supposed to be friends, and y'all trying to turn something is into a not that's turn this into something it's not. And Charlamagne was like, I still didn't like the joke, bro. Like, even though that you just tried to sit there and explain it, he was like, I seen the whole thing. He was like, I don't like the joke. He was like, I think it was distasteful. And I agree. I just feel like it's distasteful. Sometimes you do not need to let your inner thoughts out.
I mean, I feel like that was kind of what the joke was alluding to, though, right? And
well, I guess the joke was that this white man reads more than him. So now that he is with this white man, he feels the need to buy all these books and read all of these books so that he can be on the same level. So that's why then it was like, it's like a slave master teaching a slave how to read, because he's making him step up a level in his reading levels. Right. It's just very distasteful. Yeah, it's not even the fact that nobody understood it. Well, that's why didn't nobody in the audience laugh.
Like, bro,
because it wasn't funny.
I feel like sometimes when they do come out, I feel like they try so hard to like prove themselves as like the vice president of gayness or something. Mm-hmm. Just do your thing and just live your life. Why do we all have to know about it? Like, why do we have to see a damn white man's foot in your damn mouth? Why does it have to be jokes? Why does it have to be your whole shit is now a switcheroo? Just be yourself. Like, we liked you before. We really didn't have no reason not to like you now, but now you get on our fucking nerves.
That's and it ain't even the fact that he's gay.
He's gay. You're just
right. It's the way he's acting. Yeah, it's the way he's acting and he's portraying himself. And now, when I first watched the first episode, I thought the show was gonna kind of explore like him and his relationship with his family and friends while trying to, figure out. But to be honest, I feel as if I'm watching the Gerard Carmichael dating show. Like, you just bringing niggas on here and fucking them, and I'm just seeing different white men every episode and seeing who gonna last the longest. And truthfully, I don't want to see that type of episode. I don't want to see that.
That's why I haven't even really I fell asleep on the third episode, so
I haven't watched what was the third episent about?
I don't know because I was asleep.
Was that okay? I was about to say, I just know the last one I saw was with the best friend in the wedding, and then he went back down to the best friend and gave the best man speech that he was supposed to give at the wedding that he didn't because he missed it.
You know,
and I still thought I think he's a little narcissistic. But yeah, I'm gonna leave that comment.
I think a lot of celebrities are, to be honest. I think all of them have this like it's all about me mindset sort of thing.
Yeah, it's very a lot of the stuff he does is performative to me. Like, even with the whole getting that apartment shit with his friend really fucked me up, because I'm just like, you really can fuck her up in the long run. Like, if she can't afford that rent and that power and that water and whatever, what's she gonna do? She gonna be right back living with you because you're supposed to be her best friend.
Does he live in New York or LA or?
I think that's New York.
It's high as hell out there. Good luck.
That's why, again, if she could afford to live on her own, she would have not been staying with your ass in the first place.
Yeah.
You could have, I feel personally, he could at least pay the rent for 3 months. I don't know. Look, this is coming from a person who cannot afford to pay anybody rent but they own. But I'm just saying, I feel like if I was going to get you an apartment as your friend, I would, like, if you came up here and I was rich and you said, I just need to stay with you, and I went and got you an apartment because I wanted my own privacy, I would at least give you 3 months. Because 90 days, at least you'd be able to try to figure out, get a job, go, do something. You can Uber Eats every day and get rent money.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if this show is real. Like, for a little bit when I was
that is not what I thought he was gonna say.
For a little bit when I was watching it, I was like, this got to be one of those like things that's like fake,
like a scripted reality.
Yeah, like, or something like. some of it just doesn't feel real, and I guess it's because it's crazy. But
it does feel very invasive and not in a good way. Not how I like my reality TV to be.
It's just weird to me.
It's uncomfortable.
He's just weird. Like, and then even him like inviting Tyler to go to the Emmys, like, and then like waiting on a response. Like, be fucking for real. Like,
or even the fact that he told that nigga he liked him and then turned his phone off and then went to therapy. I thought that was fucked up because it's like, how you gonna even drop that bomb on somebody and then want to not even talk to them and then get mad that they didn't want to talk to you?
Right? Yeah, he acts like a little girl. Yeah, it's not even the like the gayness that bothered me. It's the fact that he had like a little girl.
Yeah, just
I actually would have loved to have seen like him try to explore the topic more with his family and like,
yes,
you know, try to get them to understand or like have conversations with them about when he first started having these feelings or when he knew, you know, for sure, or why he didn't tell them in the first place, these kind of things. I would have rather him did that. Maybe his family didn't want to be on the show, which I understand that, but I would have rather have been that than like the wheel of,
or just him and cut out all the whiteness,
like the weird shit. I'm good.
Well, moving on. So this was something that we were you were talking about earlier before we got on, pretty much about some videos that you were watching earlier. And we've kind of been exploring this just between me and you when we talk about different like celebrities or like supposed fashion influencers, and different people who are known for, you know, fashion, but how a lot of times it don't really be personal style. It just be, you know, a 2-piece set with a YSL bag, which ain't nothing wrong with it. Cause I too will wear a 2-piece set. But to me, that's not like personal style. I feel like personal style is, you know, you got some stuff that everybody ain't got. You put a little pin here, boom, boom, pop, 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 turn something, you know, innovation, you know, creativity. But you were just saying how depending on your location, how, you know, what you're wearing, is that a culture thing or, you know, like what's going on with that?
So I saw this YouTube video, shout out to Kennedy Johnson because that's who I was watching. You know, she's my fave because she's hilarious, and she was just talking about how she had, I think, went on a date, or she was talking to a guy, and he was talking about how depending on people's like location, it kind of dictates what their style is, and people feel like when they're from Atlanta and Miami and like, you know, a lot of these bigger cities, or, you know, maybe even Houston, you know, places like that, they have to be like labeled down and like have on the latest and the most expensive and all this stuff. But when you're in places like New York, people don't necessarily like, they care about that, but they don't, because there's so many like creatives and just like artsy people and like just people who exude this like confidence that it really doesn't matter what they have on or what the labels are or how much it costs, but they wearing that shit. You know what I mean? And so I don't know, it just kind of made me go back into thinking about our conversations, because we talk about the lack of just like personal style that you see on the internet all the time. And when I say that because like when you see a lot of like get ready with me's, the girls are wearing the same things. Like when the girls are going to the gym or whatever, everybody's wearing like the Lululemon leggings. Not no more because we boycotting them, but like, you know, we're wearing leggings and we're wearing like pops of color, and like we're all wearing the same shoes and we're wearing the same bag, and we all want the same Louis Vuitton bag, and we all want the same Van Cleef bracelet, and
the
like
era of influence.
Yeah, like all those things, and we're all using the same products and like all this kind of stuff. And I just wonder, when are we gonna get into a time where like people have their own like creativity? Because when I see the girls that's like thrifting and like the girl Aisha the Great, I think that's her name. All she does is like thrift, and she mixes a lot of like highs and lows. And now that she's more successful, she wears like more designer things, but it's still mixed in with her like thrift finds and like t-shirt X things and whatever. That to me is like style because it doesn't
Or
matter.
do you know Notorious
Notorious
Kia?
K.A. Yeah.
Oh, I was saying Kia.
Well,
K.A.
same thing. But yeah, she been doing stuff like that, like cutting up her shirts and like
Mm-hmm.
sewing a different shirt onto the other shirt and like tying things up and like all kinds of stuff. And then her friend Vic Styles, the girl, she went to UAB.
Mm-hmm.
She was doing that a lot, like painting her clothes and like just all kinds of stuff. And I really like miss that era of fashion or like that time and just creativity where people didn't want to just look like everybody else. Cause I feel like that's the time we in. Like everybody wants to like have the same body, the same face, the same hair, like the same nails, like everybody was just
I
like
can't say nothing because I do got my boho. But to my defense, I've been doing the boho for a few years now. Like I had bohos back during the pandemic.
But
So.
I don't even think there's nothing wrong with like so much like the braids and like all of that because we're black. You know what I mean? We all like braids. But I feel like how you wear your braids. Like I see some girls doing like elaborate updos with their boho braids. That's amazing to me. I'm like, shit, I want to, how do I do that? Like, or just, you know what I'm saying? Like they have their own thing going on. And I just wish we could get more like back to that time where people really like had their own mind about things and they didn't just like everybody's like a clone.
Do you think it's because of like how connected we are with social media? So, you know, and like, okay, so, and I don't know if this is a part of this, but this just made me think about something. Like, I've been seeing like the prom videos and the high school videos, like just what we got on today videos. And something that's also very astonishing to me is that the fact that a lot of these kids in high school have designer and shit on. Because who is buying these kids in regular public ass school? No, and there's nothing wrong with public school. Not saying there's anything wrong, but what I'm saying is when I went to public school, none of us had on nothing designer. Like it was just, you know, we might have some Jordans on, you know, maybe some, you know, that was designer. That was like, oh, you got some J's on, you know, whatever. These kids got on a Miri and Marni and Louis and YSL and Gucci and all of this. I'm like, who is buying this?
Yeah, I would say at Ramsey, you know, Ramsey was a fashion capital, darling. We love to dress there, but I would say people had more like trendy luxury things. Like everybody had like Coach bags or like Coach tennis shoes, Coach book bag or something. Everybody was wearing BB. Everybody had Sperry's and Jordans.
Now we had that.
You know what I'm saying?
That like was designer to me. You know,
that wasn't like high end. Because I feel like if you had like high end luxury stuff, that was like a little bag your mama gave you, or like you know, some stuff you found at TJ Maxx. Your mama just said, "Okay, yeah, you can get that," like whatever. But it wasn't like the girls were shopping at Saks. No, we didn't. We wanted to go to Aeropostale. We was trying to get up in Hollister.
What it was? Charlotte Rouge, Wet Steel, Icing, Rainbow. This was back when Rainbow was, you know, Rainbow's different now, but Rainbow back in the day, you could, you know, Rue 21
out the gate.
Forever 21.
Please don't play with her. So
I would get ate up in high school. I would get bullied the fuck up. I would know. Like every time I think about it, I'm like, because my mama was not going. She didn't even want to buy me J's. She would give me Converse.
My mama did not. But my parents, they bought me a pair of J's, and I remember being so mad. My mama called me ungrateful because it was not the J's that I wanted. They just went to store and saw something with a Jumpman on it. I don't want that.
They got you some Jordans.
I guess so. What the fuck? But they was crazy.
The ones they got you some.
I don't even know what it was. Like, but I had to wear them because my mom was like, "You have to wear them. Those are your shoes. I'm not buying you any more shoes."
What is this accent that you keep doing?
Oh, I don't know.
You made your mama sound Caribbean.
I'm not buying. That's how she be. I'm not buying you no more shoes. Put them shoes on. And so then, like, boys like my shoes. Only the boys like my shoes. They'll be like, "Oh, I like those," but none of the
that
girls.
should have been good.
I mean, but I didn't need them for that. I didn't want those. Thanks. I didn't.
No, you're right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's kind of crazy, like how the trends. I will say this: I hate that it's like that, because you know how people always say like the government is trying to eliminate the middle class.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like this is one of the examples of that happening, because either you have all this money to afford like these crazy luxury items, or you're lame. You know what I mean? Like either
you're a broke boy. You no money. You ain't doing nothing.
You know what I'm saying? Life. Like, but it never was like that when we was younger. Like if you didn't have on the brands and stuff, like you can still be looking good. Now I ain't saying the off brand stuff. If everybody was wearing Sperry's, you don't need to get Carries, but
not Carries.
You know what I'm saying? You don't need to get those.
Not Carries.
You don't need to get those. Okay.
But I feel like Sperry's was the off-brand version of Clark's, because Clark's was like you had some shmoney, because that's a good, that's a good level. That's
Sperry's was not cheap.
I mean, it was under 100.
No, that was not. No, that was not.
Let's let you know I didn't pay for shit. Because I had Sperry's. I just don't remember them costing that much money.
No, they was not. Not them boat shoes. No, ma'am.
Oh, dang. I don't know why I thought Sperry's was like $60, $70, $80.
No, ma'am. Oh. And now at that time too, when they like was popular and like everybody had on like Sperry's or Clark's, and then everybody had on Polo.
Right.
And stuff like
Hollister,
that.
Abercrombie Beach.
Not at that time. Not at the time everybody was wearing it. Absolutely not. It was not cheap. So
no, I was not looking at the what Jesse just said. I don't care about the money. Like, Mama, I want this shit. I want it.
No, but what's funny? We used to clock it because like Sperry's had a little flap on it, and it had like the little boat symbol on there. And some people shoes ain't had no boat on them. And now as an adult, I understand how that's like, who gives a fuck? But as a young,
I'm gonna lie, I was out at the lounge one time, probably like a month or two ago, and I clocked somebody with a fake tailfire, and I wasn't even trying to, but it was just so obviously fake because it was a size that was so weird and funky. Cause like, okay, so and I'm sorry, I know we ain't supposed to talk about these people like this, but only reason I say this is because tailfires is $150. Like, you could save $25 a month and get you a tailfire. Like, you don't have to get a dupe of a tailfire. And maybe I feel that way because it's a Black-owned brand, but also, again, it's what I would consider affordable luxury. So, again, like, you ain't got to get
it ain't got nothing to do with it being Black-owned. It's affordable luxury. Like, when Brandon Blackwood released those, what's it called? In systemic racism.
The ESR.
And those bags was like $45. You don't have an excuse to be getting that off DH Gate. You see what I'm saying? Make things make sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I want you to do for me.
They have the, what is it? You have the mini, you got the medium, you got the large, and then the extra large, right?
Mm-hmm.
She had what I would like to call a shmini, because it was like kind of small, but it wasn't quite a medium either. But it damn sure wasn't no mini, because I own a few of them. So, and then the T and the C was real. It looked like Tevin Campbell TC, not the tailfire. And the outfit was cute. She had all her orange, and then she had the orange bag. But I was just like, when they start making that size.
But you know what? That's what I'm saying. As an adult, I don't think it really bothered me because at least she looked good. You know what I mean?
It didn't bother me. It was just something in my head where I was just like, you ain't gotta dupe that.
You don't have to do that. Like as a grown person, it would not bother me to see it. It would be like, like I be seeing people with fake Brahmin bags, and I holler inside every time. Those go on sale. Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
But it's like at least you look cute and you got yourself together. You don't have to be like designer down. But like I don't know. I just want our
But I
especially
also
black
feel like
people.
what's wrong with getting what you can afford? And this is coming from somebody who, for the most part, I try to stay. I've said this, I think, on the podcast before. I don't own no super upscale luxury nothing. I don't own no Chanel. I don't own no YSL. I don't own no Gucci. Oh, well, actually, I'm lying now. I do got a Gucci, but my cousin gave me that. But like I have not went out and purchased nothing with my own money because that's not I'm not there yet. I'm on my way. I see the door in the future. I'm about to get the key, I hope. But like I'm not there yet. So I get what I can afford, which is Telfar, Brandon Blackwood, Coach, whatever. Like I get what I can afford. So I don't think that there's any shame in that. So it kind of be pissing me off a little bit. Or I don't know. I be trying to understand why it's like it ain't nothing wrong with going and getting you a Q bag from TJ Maxx for $35.
No.
And putting it with your fit. Why do you feel like why do people feel as if they have to have these items and that makes them, whatever? I don't know.
See, my thing is, I don't think it's nothing wrong with having them. I just think we don't need to shame people if they don't have it. That's my problem. Like, I like nice things. The name of this podcast is Black Bougie Bout It. Okay.
Right.
Y'all know I'm a Taurus and I'm a Taurus woman. I like all things luxurious, okay? All things expensive. What Sweetie said, I don't want to say too much because they be biting. All those things, I like all those things, okay? Very, very much expensive, okay? But am I gonna be an idiot and go out and spend my money on things that I know I gotta pay my bills? Absolutely not. So that's why I think the culture needs to shift because we need to get to a place where it's like we don't like look down on people because they don't have X, Y, and Z, XYZ in the third own. Like just using Kennedy for an example, she's an influencer. She's been a creative for a long time.
A long ass time. I remember when she was in New York.
Yeah, I remember when she used to do like skits and stuff with people, like funny skits or whatever. Now, I honestly think that's how I started following her. But like, you don't see her like drip down in designer head to toe, and she's still a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think I wish we could get to a time where like the girls realize like you don't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to have those bags, but if it is so what you want, then do you, baby girl. I'm not even ashamed of the girls who go and get a little something, one or two off DH Gate, because have I been on the website? Absolutely.
I have added things to the cart. I just can't convince myself to buy anything. But that's only because that's me. I'm just like, who am I trying to? This is my own personal demons. It's like, why do I want this bag? Do I want this bag because I just want to see the bag and feel it, whatever. See if it's something that I want to maybe invest in the future. Or is it because I want to be able to post and be like, I got this bag. And every time I be like, it's only because I want to act like it's a real bag. And I can't justify spending my money because I want to floss on the internet for people.
I definitely don't feel like I want it because I want to show it off to other people. It's just kind of like, in real life, do I want to spend $1,300 on a wallet on chain bag? Absolutely not. Even if I had the money, I don't know that I would spend like some of those YSL bags, $1,500, and it's a wallet on chain. If I had money, I don't know if I would buy that. So would I go to DH Gate and get it for $40? Absolutely, and I'd probably get it in every color. So that's my problem. You know what I'm saying? That's where
I have been wanting some of that jewelry, like them Hermes bracelets. My Alabama came out. Them Hermes bracelets and the Cartier bracelets and stuff. I do want to try the bracelets. Because that is something, I don't know, I lose jewelry too much to be justifying spending that much money on no bracelets. But that's about
a lot of the high-end luxury not like Cartier and all that stuff, but when you buy some of those like little like Dior bracelets and stuff, unless you really spending, a lot of that stuff ain't great quality anyway.
Yeah, so
some of it is
ain't nothing
like,
wrong with the DH.
yeah, something, a lot of that stuff is in great quality anyway. But I wish we could get back to a time where we just don't like, and I guess that'll never happen because it is luxury things. So it's
Maybe we
always
need to
gonna
start the
be,
wave.
yeah. I
Mid-level luxury, ladies.
Yeah, like I just want to see the girls like be themselves and like still look cute but not feel bad. Cause I see a lot of women who be like, oh, like me wearing my little $20 purse from TJ Maxx. Like, girl, you ain't gotta give us a backstory. Like, I might have the same
Wear your
purse.
bag. Right. Just wear your bag.
Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. By the way, TJ Maxx got them little Bottega bags in there for $20.
Not the little Bottega bag.
The little Jody bag. You need to go in there and get you one while you on there talking. I got one in black. You need to go in there and see what they got.
I need to stay out of TJ Maxx because the damage I did at Sephora, I'm still recovering from. I
want to go over. I'm gonna try to go in there tomorrow.
I can't. I don't need to buy nothing else because I'm gonna get cussed out because I found out. So this is off topic. So my boo watched an episode of our podcast because her brother sent us an episode. So apparently, I guess he is watching.
Oh, which one? When we had said he was being lazy.
No, I don't think he's seen that episode.
Oh,
and I hope he don't watch it. But if he do, I only speak the truth. And
what she got mad about?
She didn't get mad about anything. She said she actually thought it was really good. She was like, I was funny. She was like, oh, you was on there doing your thing. It was a Jonathan Majors Martin Luther King Jr. episode.
Oh, I'm so. What they say about me?
No, they said it was good. They said both of us was just good. Like the podcast was good. She kept it short because she was like, I'm not gonna watch no more episodes because I want you to have your space and I know that's your thing. And like I told her, it's just like, and I don't know how you feel about this. I don't have an issue with her watching it or like her family watching it, you know, whatever. Because not hopefully, when we take off one day, everybody gonna be watching it. But I just don't want it to be this thing where you watch an episode and I say something like, oh yeah, you know, one time I did do da 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 da. And then it's like, oh, so you had did that thing. When was this?
Yeah.
How long was this? When happened? Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't bring the show into real, like, I say things on the show. Yes, I might have done that, but it ain't right now. It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't last night.
It's just it's a safe place. It's just girl talk. And not only that, me and you been friends for a long time. So it's a lot we can say that me and you know that they don't even know what we talking about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So just disregard a lot of it. Cause I'm being honest, when Thomas used to like watch the episodes, he would be watching it, listening to the things I was saying, and then be like, oh, I didn't know she felt that way, or like whatever. And it wasn't that I couldn't express it to him, but just in general, I have to work on communicating with people and telling them in real time, like when I have an issue with something. That's just my cross to bear. I'm working on that. But I don't know. I kind of didn't like that he, because it's like I said, it's girl talk. So it's like you don't want your man sitting in listening to your girl talk where I might be complaining about you or saying something that I didn't like or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I said this on here before, but before a long time ago, this might have been like 2 years ago or something like that. We were talking about Valentine's Day, and I was like, oh, I've never really had a real Valentine's Day. Like the only person who has really got me something for Valentine's Day is my daddy. And he heard that. And that year we had like a whole thing planned, and like he like did a whole room for me and decorated and everything because he heard it on the podcast. And it's like, yeah, that's cool. But I guess I wish you had have just like
done it without
me having to like, without having to hear me on the podcast complaining about it. And so now you doing it like, oh, you know, let me do something for her because
Can I ask you something? Did he feel also like when he heard it, like did he feel away because you didn't come to him directly and tell him that?
I don't know. And I say I don't know because like we talked about it, but I don't know. In the past, we grazed over a lot of things. And I think it's because me and him both have had to work on opening up. But a lot of times, and I've said this on here before, I don't be like 100% telling people how I feel because I feel like sometimes I don't know how to say it in a nice way. So it's like if
me and you both be having that bad.
You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of times I be quiet. Because me and him had a conversation yesterday, and I had to just get quiet on the phone, and I ain't gonna say what that was about. But
I know exactly how you feel.
I don't know if he felt like that, like, oh dang, she don't appreciate all the other stuff I got her, but we hadn't had a real like Valentine's Day though. You know what I'm saying? And he was always very like anti-Valentine's Day, anti like holiday, whereas I love holidays. I love holidays. I love birthdays, even though I kind of don't like mine, and I'm working on that too. But I love like celebrations, so I would always be like excited to celebrate, and then I get to him, and he like, like I don't really want to do anything. Boo, boo.
Yeah, I can understand that.
That's why I felt like that, and I guess I never really like said it like that to him. And so maybe he just didn't fully know how I felt about it. But you know, on here we be like yelling and like, bitch, ain't nobody never.
We say how we say. Yeah. This is something I also realized about me, just because I'm new to this relationship dating thing, but I do realize that how I speak to her is different how I speak, on a regular everyday basis.
Yeah.
And it is, I don't want to say it's kind of like walking on eggshells because that sounds like very harsh. But there is a way when you are a very blunt or straightforward person that you have to kind of handle people with care in a way, which is kind of like walking on eggshells.
It is.
When you're speaking to people because you don't know what's not harsh to me or you, right? Like, because I can call you and be like, bitch, and to you, it ain't no disrespect. It's like, oh, so she really didn't hit the fan. Let me tune in. She about to spill some tea. But to her, it's like, don't say that. Like, and it's just, it's different. It is. And I'm trying to get her to understand that to a certain degree because she'll be like, I want you to be able to talk to me. And it's like, yes, I can talk to you, but I also cannot talk to you about you in the way that I need to talk about you.
Yes, yeah, because it's not gonna be like, I don't know, like respectful. You know what I mean?
It ain't gonna be nice, and that doesn't mean I don't love you and I don't care for you and I don't respect you and I don't want to be with you. It's just sometimes because we're human. People get on your fucking nerves. And sometimes you gotta get some shit off your chest. And I can't do that with you about you.
Yeah. And see, okay, you see how like when me and you, I would like to say we have spirited conversations, okay? Me and you, like you was like, I can't say that about you. I'm not mad right now. Like sometimes when I'm like venting to Thomas, I'd be like, I don't understand why the fuck they did. He'd be like, dang, calm down. Like, why you mad? I'm not mad.
I've been in a situation like that before.
I'm not.
You remember Mr. Sheriff?
Now you're gonna piss me off.
Right. That's like, and I don't know why in men's head, because yes, I'm with a woman now, but I've been with men before. In men's head, when you get loud or you start talking with your hands and stuff, they be like, why are you mad? Why are you upset? Calm down, relax. First of all, I am calm.
Very
calm.
Very.
I'm telling you the story, and now you to fuck me up in mid-story because I'm trying to talk about this shit, and I wasn't even mad. Now I'm about to get mad because I can't remember where I was in the story.
What Oprah said. Exactly. Yeah. So it's that. But I don't know. Just in general, I've been saying that on here for a long time. I just have to learn how to communicate more, and I'm trying to like learn how to communicate my feelings more right then. Instead of like waiting and then saying how I felt about something, or like us having a conversation about something to be like, well, actually, I didn't like that or whatever. I'm trying to be more like say something right then, but also
you have to check yourself before you say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
no,
that's me. I am my
let me
mother's
tell
daughter.
you, do not hold your tongue, because that's how I lost my shit last week. And that's one thing. It's just like I had to make a promise to myself. It's like, no, you cannot hold your tongue, because you just eventually get tired of holding your tongue, and that's when you explode. So it's about taking that small moment to acknowledge your feelings and say, hey, I don't like this. This is how it makes me feel. And then
what? I was talking to one of my friends a few weeks ago, and she's married, and she was saying how she told her husband, I don't think I'm the woman for you, because like sometimes I guess just in with any relationship, y'all just have like these differences, and like these like back and forth. It doesn't mean like y'all don't love each other. It's just y'all two different people, two different upbringings, two different backgrounds, all the things. And she was like, I don't know if I'm the right woman for you. You know what I mean? And I think her husband was like offended, but she was saying how like he's super duper like affectionate all the time. And for her, because they have kids and everything, sometimes she's not super affectionate, because when she's not like bothered with the kids or like not working, she just want to chill.
Right.
And
oh my goodness.
And like he want to have
some
sex,
deja vu
or
shit,
he
because
want to
this is literally what I got to my argument about last week.
He want to have sex, or like he want to cuddle, or like he want to be more touchy feely. And sometimes I don't think even like men understand, like once you have kids and like your kids on you all the time, and like all of that, sometimes you can be a little like overstimulated, or just like with your body, because it's always somebody like hanging off of you, always on you, and all of that. And he didn't really like understand, and so sometimes he would be like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna leave you alone, and like, or you know what I mean, like he'll get an attitude, like, oh, like I feel like that sometimes, even in my own relationship, like I don't always feel like we're like 100% compatible, but it's not in like such a bad way, like, oh, I could never deal with it or whatever. It's just like I feel like we have a few core differences that I don't know if in the future these are gonna like come up as big things. Right now it's cool because we're not married and we don't live together, and our finances are intertwined and all of that. But I feel like, like I wonder, are these things gonna like elevate when we get closer? So that I feel like all plays into the communication, because it's a lot of times where I don't agree with something and I want to say something, but I don't. And I don't know if I need to talk about this with my therapist. I don't know if I'm doing myself a disservice by being quiet, or if I'm just doing the right thing by not causing an argument.
I don't know. I think that there's got to be a happy medium, which I'm trying to figure out myself, though, because like even today there was a situation that happened where me and her were having a conversation about something, and it was the tone in which she said what she said to me that pissed me off. Because sometimes I realize, and I don't know if this is just because we're two women, she has a tendency to be talking to me as if like she my mama, or like, like I'm the kid.
I don't like it.
And that right there, I don't like that. Because like we two grown ass women with each other. So when you talk to me, you can tell me like, hey, I don't want you to talk to me about this. I don't want, but don't be on some like, no, I didn't told you. Don't be talking to me about that, because I don't know.
See, I feel like you can talk to me, but you don't have to talk at me.
This me reeling it back in.
Yeah.
Cause the tone.
What Candy said, and you need to bring it on down.
That's the quickest way that we gonna go somewhere you don't want to go to. We gonna take a trip you don't want to go on.
Mm-hmm.
You keep talking to me like that, but it just that situation that you were talking about with that married couple is literally what I got into an argument about last week, because when I come home from work, because if you have a job like specifically me and you, what we do now, what we've kind of always done, which is people heavy. I spend 90% of my day having conversations. I talk and I talk and I talk and I smile and I talk and I laugh at jokes that ain't funny and I and I entertain and I and I take videos and So when I come home, I don't really want to even do no whole lot of yip, yap, yap, dabba, dap, 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 nothing. I don't want to play. I just want to chill, watch a good reality show, unwind, have a glass of wine, something. I just want to chill. And for whatever reason, that offended her because she was trying to play a play fight and do all this stuff. And I was just like, I want to chill. But I had not said nothing the whole time that she was like agitating me to the point that my eyes started to water up. Like, that's how bad I was holding my mouth.
Oh, wow.
Like, I was like sitting there like, just because I was like, I know if I say something, it's gonna turn into something. And then my eyes started to water. So then she said something like, "Why you crying?" And I was like, "I'm not crying. Like, I just I can't hold it in no more." And she's like, "See, this the problem." And it just turned into this big thing. And I like had to explain to her, which she still didn't understand. Her mother had to explain to her again. Was like, when somebody been at work all day, they don't want to come home and be fucked with. Like, why are you acting like an annoying third grader right now? Like, when I come home from work, I want to cuddle up with my boo, watch a good TV show, and chill. I don't want to be like on some play fighting.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like. Come on now.
Yeah. I would say, just like while we're on the subject of like little pet peeves,
what really grinds my gears,
what really does it for me is, you know what? I just moved out of my mama house because she was not good for my mental health. You know what I'm saying? And what I don't need when I'm at my house is all of this commentary about what the fuck I'm doing over here. You know what I'm saying? That's my problem. That's my problem. Like, I don't always like to be told what to do, because, and not like I can't take criticism or like, oh, I think I'm doing everything right. Not that at all. But I grew up around people who are very like, do this, do that, do what I said. Do this. You need to do this now. You need to do this now. So like, now that I'm at my own place, I want to do everything when the fuck I want to do it. And so I just don't
reclaiming my time.
Heavy. And so it's like, I really don't be wanting to like hear all of that. Like, I don't. I really don't. And sometimes I'll be like, well, you can't really. That's how I be feeling, like, you can go home, because if I was here by myself, I can be editing or doing some stuff for work, or I could be taking a walk, or I don't know. Like, I'd figure it out. Like,
I can actually clean up the shit that you continuously be complaining to me about, but I can't clean if you're up under my titty.
And that's the thing. Like, my place is not even dirty because it's nothing there to even be dirty.
My place ain't dirty. I just got fucking clothes.
Yeah, I mean, and for the most part, I usually tidy up like every week when because I know he's usually gonna come over like on Friday or whatever. So I usually try to like tidy up, just before he come over there, so it won't be crazy and disarray or whatever. Because I know too, by the time I get home from work, I'm not gonna feel like doing it. So for the most part, the only thing that's like will be really undone is it'll probably be dishes in the sink. Like, from either I cooked the night before or just whatever, just like accumulation of cups from over the week, like the past week or whatever might be there. And it don't take nothing but to me either put them in the dishwasher or me to wash them out. So, but I'm not in a hurry because they're in my house. So just like things like that, it's not like he'd be like getting on to me about it. But like last week, he was like, you need to eat more of your groceries, and like you need to eat the groceries you have in your refrigerator, like, and all this stuff. And I'm like, I just got off my period. I didn't feel like cooking none of this damn food. And honestly, I didn't even go grocery shopping last
And why
week.
is it they always want to pick on you when you on your period?
Yeah, like I didn't feel like eating none of that stuff. I wanted fast food. I want pizza. I want chocolate. I want some ice cream. I want a hamburger. You know what I'm saying? So we not in a position where I could call you to just be like, yeah, give me my grocery money. Or yeah, can we like go out to eat every day? I don't have one of those kind of niggas. And that's not shade. That's not shade at all. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not even the kind of girl to like call you and ask for money. I would rather starve than really ask for help. Okay. I would figure it out. Okay. Even accepting the little help that I've gotten in my apartment, or the big help, really, it's been hard for me not to have control over things. Okay. So,
and you got to be careful with letting people help you too, because I do feel like, not in my current situation, but in past situations, sometimes when you do let your guard down, because you know, for a long time I ain't want nothing from nobody. I ain't want nothing.
Yes.
But when you do finally let people help you, then anytime you have something negative to say, like a criticism, then it's like but don't I do all that stuff for you? So you saying I don't do nothing for you? I don't be there. And it's like, no, I ain't say that. But it's also like, I don't fuck with what you did in this moment. That ain't got nothing to do with what you've done for me. That I can still tell you I don't like what you've done in this moment. Just because you do nice things don't give you a get out of jail free card.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when I moved into my own place, my mother told me, do not do that. Do not, let folks help you out, and you know, if they want to give you some money and yada yada yada, but like be careful with that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not married yet. And so sometimes you don't know how you'll end up with people, or you don't know what people will do. They might be like, oh, give me my shit back, or whatever. You just don't know how people act. Or sometimes I feel like with men, they place ownership. It's like a market their territory type thing. Like, yeah, I bought this, so this is my girl, and I could be over here whenever I want, type thing. And so you just have to be careful, because you just have to be careful. Not that I even think that he thinking like that. I think he really was just trying to be helpful, because he's just like that. But still,
yeah, you just have to be careful, and this is coming from somebody who's still learning what help you can accept, what help not to accept. You know, just learning to process. But you definitely got to be careful, and that's for anybody. Just be careful when you dating people, how much you allow people to do for you. Because I do feel like people do get a little carried away with the dating, and they they skip some stuff. And when you start to date, they be like, what's yours is mine, and what's ours is ours, and all that. And it's like, no, we ain't married. What's mine is still mine.
That's the thing I feel about, like, when girls be saying, oh, he got to pay for this, and he got to do this, and he got to, because men don't give you nothing for free. They might give you something, but believe me, it's an investment. Okay, it's a
rain check.
It's a cash
that they plan on cashing later.
Yeah, okay. Like, you gonna have to turn something in, and whether that's coochie or whatever else,
or
they gonna get a return on their investment
every time.
So I just feel like who you accept things from, you should be careful. You don't need to take things from everybody. That's just how I feel. Like, I know the world be like, oh, get that money. All money ain't good money.
And it's a dangerous game you playing, because then when you no longer want to turn in what you got to turn in for them things, then
that might be a problem.
Or if you no longer want to even put up with the bullshit, because sometimes it ain't even about, okay, you sleeping with this person for this shit. Like, maybe this person got a shitty ass attitude, but you putting up with it because you know the person doing X,
they got money,
but eventually you gonna get tired of that motherfucker talking to you crazy, or doing crazy shit, or coming in all hours of the night, all these different stuff. So it's just like, be careful what you set yourself up to depend on. That's what I was trying to say.
And if that's the case, just put yourself in a situation where at least your name on stuff, or you can't get kicked out, or you've been saving some of the money he gave you, or whatever. So, because a lot of that have an expiration date.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just say be careful. But yeah, I don't know. That's all, girls.
We set out to say we love our partners. And we are extremely happy because if they ever see this, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck? What's going on?"
No, really, he's the kind of person who would like randomly watch this months and months later, and then bring it up, and I'll be like, "When I said that."
And what did they always say on Scooby Doo? Because I'm gonna say it to her brother, and I would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for your meddling brother. Just
meddling kid
and your stupid dog. Like that's how I feel. Like don't be going and snitching and sending shit if you see this. Like because I love her and I care about her, but sometimes she irks my nerves, and I tell her that. I be telling her that. Just like I know I tap dance on hers.
If that is the episode she watched, the episode that was way before y'all even met.
Which one?
When we talked about that boy
Jonathan Majors?
Yeah,
that was January. So we was talking because I met her right in December.
It wasn't like when it first happened.
No, this was I think when he did the interview, and then he was talking about how Megan is his Coretta, and how you know he felt like the verdict was gonna be different, and and how that stuff.
And I'm just gonna say this while we wrap up, Megan, take your ass home.
Megan, go home.
I can't say it enough. Both of y'all, he look like he's still in the civil rights movement, and she in her fashion Nova dress era. Please.
I don't know. I guess he probably gonna be on season 4 of Harlem 3, whatever.
And we don't want to see him.
He gotta find something to do. He gotta find something to do.
Not over there.
I actually don't hate him. I just want him to stop comparing himself to Martin Luther King. That's all. That is all for me. That's all, folks. That's all.
Thank you so much for watching Black Bougie Bout It, guys. You can find all our handles down below. If you're watching this on YouTube, we have a link there that'll take you to our link tree, which will take you to all the other links. You can find me on Instagram at _the real Jessica Monique, and on TikTok at the real Jessica _Monique.
And you can find me on Instagram at the real Albany Ayana, and then my TikTok is I think Ayana _Albany 225, something like that, whatever. But yeah, and we gonna catch y'all next.
Bye.
Check out the drip. Shit is not cheap. I just want the green.